Welcome to Comics on a Pyre, a channel to have a meaningful conversation over movies, life, books, and shows, and maybe just a spot to spend time BSing over comics. If you like your entertainment with a bit of substance, then you, my vagabond friend, have come to the right tavern. Tether your horse by the post and come right on in and warm yourself by the fire. Tap that subscribe button, and for the next few minutes, my fellow George Carlin reprobate, lend me your ear. Now, before I get started with this video, I want to ask you one question, viewer. Is it just me, or are the DC animated movies way better than the big budget live action movies? I mean, I've watched Batman Under the Red Hood, Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, and Superman Batman Public Enemies multiple times, and I feel as though I can truly never get tired of them. But when it comes to the DC's live action films, besides the Batman movies, I thought Justice League was poorly executed, Shazam was just okay, and Joker was good, but was for a one-time viewing experience and nothing to write home about after it was all said and done. I mean, the DC's animated movies, they really kick butt. Hell, if you want to know the truth, I enjoyed them on a whole better than the Marvel's animated run. I mean, Hulk vs. and Planet Hulk were good, and Ultimate Avengers were great. But other than that, nothing really pops into my head as outstanding in the Marvel animated movies. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to talk about another DC animated movie that I personally feel as though was outstanding. Batman Assault on Arkham. Right away from the title, I feel as though this one is a misnomer, as Batman himself is barely in it. But on the same token, I know why they put his name in the title: name recognition. Most people will not know what the name Arkham alludes to. But even after saying that, I don't feel as though they just shoehorned the Bat into this movie, as he plays a pivotal role in one of the plots. I say plots plural, because there are two main stories playing out here, one in the foreground and one in the back. Let's start with the main one. The Riddler, aka Edward Nygma, it seems has just broken into a top secret government computer file that belonged to Amanda Waller. Now, if you don't know who Amanda Waller is, then shame on you, as I could tell you that I simply love this character. She is the director of Argus, Advanced Research Group Uniting Superhumans, a United States federal agency operating under the jurisdiction of Homeland Security, and also has been in charge of the Suicide Squad, Task Force X program for many years. When Suicide Squad, the live action movie, was announced, I was eager to see who would play her character. Viola Davis did a great job, but I was hoping for someone visually more close to her comic book persona, like Octavia Spencer. Yeah, I think she has the acting chops to pull it off quite nicely. Anyway, as always, I digress, so let's get back to discussing the movie. In the process of trying to apprehend the Joker for stealing her files, Batman interrupts, in total badass Batman style. I love the suit that he is wearing while he does this. Reminds me of the Batman Arkham series suit. Heavily armored, but functional at the same time. Batman defeats Waller's cronies and apprehends the Riddler by himself, and releases him back into the care of Arkham Asylum. Needless to say, Waller is none too happy about this. She needs those files, and is not happy about getting cheated out of her revenge on the Riddler. So she enacts Priority Level Ultraviolet, which is obviously a reference to humans' inability to see its presence. The priority level has two other names though: Task Force X, known to the Argus insiders, and Suicide Squad, the name we comic book readers know and love today. Now, for those of you that have been living under a rock, Suicide Squad is a team of incarcerated supervillains who undertake a high-risk Black Ops secret mission in exchange for either parole, work release, and or reduced sentence. They are all handpicked by Waller herself for their special abilities. Therefore, the roster of villains change according to a specific mission she is trying to accomplish. For example, if it is an assassination mission, Deadshot may be one of the key members. If it's a mission to incite fear into a specific group of people, Scarecrow might be called forth, and so on. Regardless of the prisoner's abilities and talent, every member of the squad is expendable, and it is expected that they may not return. As expendable assets, all members are fitted with an explosive device in their necks to assure obedience. Waller tells all recruits this information at the beginning of every mission. If they try to remove the device, run away from their objective, get captured, or hell, even give her a right answer too slowly, then boom, no more head. Needless to say, convicts that work under her command are not happy with this, but follow through to try to complete their mission nonetheless. But the feeling, I would say, is mutual, for Waller treats the convicts as what she deems them, expendable. She always refers to them as convicts, and when she communicates with them, there is always an undertone of degradation in her voice, constantly reminding them on just how much she reviles them. Anyway, for the mission of retrieving her stolen files, Waller handpicks these villains to break into Arkham and recover the thumb drive hidden in Riddler's cane. The cane is stored in Arkham's property room in the intensive care treatment building right under solitary confinement cells. Hence, why one of the villains she picks is Harley Quinn, aka Harleen Quinzel. If you didn't know this already, Harley once worked at Arkham herself as a psychologist and therefore has an extensive understanding of the asylum structure layout. A fun note is Harley is the only member of this Suicide Squad list that has not originated in the comics. Her first appearance was in Batman, the animated series, in the episode entitled Joker's Favor. But if you want the origin story, you're going to just have to read the Batman Adventures Mad Love, which was a one-shot comic produced by the Batman the Animated Series own Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. Also, DC at the time of making this video is retelling the story under their black label imprint entitled simply Harleen. If you want a sample of the series, I made a video on it on my comic book YouTube channel, Comics on the Pyre. Feel free to check it out for yourself. Besides Harley though, Waller picks Deadshot, aka Floyd Lawton, for his marksman and leadership abilities. His first appearance was way back in Batman number 59, if you can believe that. Next up is Killer Frost, aka Lois Lincoln, for her ice freezing powers and unflinching ability to kill without any remorse. Her first appearance is in Firestorm Volume 2, issue number 21. Next is King Shark, aka Nanu. This is another unflinching homicidal maniac. He is big, strong, and accessorizes his carnivorous mandibles with iron scalpel sharp jaws. His first full appearance, believe it or not, was in Superboy issue number 9. Go figure, right? You would think it would have been in an Aquaman issue or something. Next is Black Spider, aka Eric Needham. Now, this guy I liked. He is an excellent martial artist who can go toe-to-toe with Batman, stealth specialist who can break into any high-tech facility, hence Arkham, but he has a moral code that butts head with Deadshot and Batman. To see just what I mean, you'll know just what to do. Watch the movie. His first appearance is in Detective Comics number issue 463. And now, penultimate is KGB Beast, aka Anatoly Kanizes. Now, I remember this guy from the 10 Nights of Beast storyline. I thought at the time that he looked like a total badass, but later realized that his outfit was kind of offsetting. To me now, it looks like something a dominatrix would wear, which now totally emasculates him in my eyes. Anyway, the other reason why I remember him so much is at the end of the 10 Nights of Beast storyline, Batman, if I remember right, just locks him up in an abandoned sewer basement, leaving him there, seemingly to die. At the time, I was very young and thought, wow, did Batman just kill indirectly? That was a big thing back then. Either way, KGB's first appearance was in Batman issue number 417, the very storyline mentioned above. And now the last comic Waller picks is Captain Kangaroo himself, Captain Boomerang, aka George Harkness. Now this guy got on my nerves and I thought was annoying throughout, but I must say he did add a level of variety to the crew. But in my mind, I will always see him as a C-list character, as Deadshot says. The Captain's first appearance was in Flash issue 117. Now, while the squad is attempting to break into Arkham, Batman is running around Gotham trying to find the Joker's dirty bomb that he stole, hoping to acquire it before it detonates and blows the whole city up. The way this story intertwines with the squad's mission, I would say, was quite nice and feels authentic. But trust me, you'll be watching the movie with your main interest on the villains in this flick, as the way they work together is hilarious. The fight scenes are incredible, and most of all, even though we don't like to admit it to ourselves, deep down, we all are sadists to some levels, and we want to see who gets killed off in the film, hoping that it's not one of the characters that we personally like. Well, I think that's it for now. Just watch the movie, as I think it is one of DC's finest, better than some of the live action movies in fact, as the plot constantly twists, the characters are unique and have their own hidden agenda, and the plot moves along quite nicely. Till next time though, check out my comic YouTube channel, Comics on the Pyre, for other videos like this one. Tap on that bell icon before you go, and oh yes, as always, until next time, keep reading, my friends.